Hi guys, welcome to a very different type of monthly wrap up. I'm trying to do it like vlog style. This is inspired by Julie from Pages and Pens. It is currently the 5th of January. I'm filming at night, so bear with me. I'm in my dressing gown. Hair is a mess. But yesterday I managed to finish my first book of 2021. Very, very exciting. I finished Ghost by Dolly Alderton. Quite a disappointing read. Didn't love it. I was really expecting to love it and it just felt a bit flat for me. I really liked the bond between the main character and her father and the way the storyline of dementia kind of worked in this book. However, I didn't really feel connected to the characters. I wasn't a huge fan of the writing. The chapters were long, like 20 plus pages. I'm not here for that. And overall it was just an okay read for me. I gave it 3 stars. I am also currently in the middle of listening to an audiobook, I'll put it on the screen, called Failosophy, What to Do When All Else Fails, or something along the taglines of that. Oh, I'm participating this month in the Friendsathon, so this book completed the prompt. Read a book with a pretty cover for Rachel's quote, "He's so pretty." I'm talking quickly because my camera is flashing at me. And then I am, like I said, in the middle of a non-fiction audiobook called Failosophy by Elizabeth Day. She wrote How to Fail. I'm reading her like little handbook based off that. I haven't read How to Fail, but I'm really enjoying this book. I'll definitely be picking up How to Fail at a later date. But this book is basically just loads of different life scenarios and lessons on how to kind of change your perspective on when you kind of fail or think that you're failing and how to kind of turn that into a success and something that was meant to be planned. And I'm just like, the author is just pinpointing so many things that I constantly think about in my brain and overanalyze, and I just feel like she's putting so many plasters on my body of wounds that I've had. I'm absolutely loving that book, can't wait to finish it. I have about an hour left of the audiobook, so that one should be finishing soon. That book wasn't on my TBR, but I have managed to fit it into a new prompt for the Friendsathon, and that is How You Doing, which is a Joey prompt, which is to read a book with an interesting catchphraseable like tagline. So I'm using that one because it's called Failosophy, and then the tagline underneath is what made me want to pick it up. So that's that one. And then finally on the 5th of January, I'm starting my 3rd book, With a Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm literally 2 pages in. This is for the prompt, Joey doesn't share food, read a book with food on the cover. I'm really excited to delve into this one. This is about a young teen mum who has a 2-year-old daughter, is trying to go to school as well as pursue her passion of cooking. So very fit for this prompt, and I'm very excited to get into it. So that's my reading plans, that's my update. We will continue vlog style. I just wanted to come on here and do a little sit down clip. But yeah, let's crack into reading. That's my plan for the evening, so let's go. Hi guys, I have just finished Failosophy, the handbook for when things go wrong by Elizabeth Day, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure kind of how much I would have enjoyed it if I had read her main book, How to Fail, prior to this, because this is like a little 160-page book of little anecdotes and stories from people she's had on her podcast about like the lessons they've learned through failing and how to take failing into a view of succeeding in life. Trigger warnings massively for suicide, miscarriages, death, like a lot of things, like heavy topics in this book that they kind of, the people have gone through to come out the other side, sort of thing. So just be wary of that if you are interested in picking up this book. But it's made me so interested in Elizabeth Day's like life in general. I really want to listen to her podcast, and I really want to read How to Fail, which is her main book as well now. She talks a lot about her own experiences and her own life in this book that I just read, as well as interspersing it with people and guests that she's had on her podcast and the lessons they've taught her about failing and coming out the other side and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars. I'm just about to write a little review on Goodreads for it. But yeah, 3rd book, 2nd book of the year done, in the middle of my 3rd book, which is With a Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. Hi guys, it's now Saturday the 16th of January, so I haven't updated this vlog in a while, and since my last clip my skin has gone to shit, so don't mind that. I have finished another 3 books since last updating you, which is very exciting. But the 3rd book I finished of 2021 was With a Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I finished this about a week ago now, but I gave it 3 stars. Once again, I feel like this January I'm having a lot of disappointing reads. I was really looking forward to reading this one. It kind of let me down. I did really enjoy it. I loved the cooking aspect of it, I just didn't feel connected to the characters, and with me, because I'm such a character-driven reader, if I don't feel connected to the characters, I really struggle to enjoy the book as a whole. So I did enjoy it, I was expecting a lot more. I think I may just prefer a list of Acevedo's verse-written books, so I'm really, really excited, or maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up, for The Poet X, which is also on my TBR for this month. But for me, this one kind of didn't really cut it. One thing I did love about this book, so many short chapters. Every single chapter was like 1 page, 2 page. It was brilliant. The next book, this is the book that I read with a reading vlog in mind. So if you want to check out my full thoughts, go check out that vlog. But that was Lisa. Oh, yeah. Just saying, this completed the prompt of Joey Doesn't Share Food for the Friendsathon. Then I read Lisa Williamson's First Day of My Life. Full reading vlog, like I said. Had some really difficult thoughts to come to terms with on this one, with the plot line, and having read a book very, very similar to this one in the past. I gave this one a 4 stars in the end, but only just a 4 stars. It just took a turn for the last like 50 pages. I just flew through it. Really, really enjoyed this book. Lisa Williamson is just one of my favourite authors, auto-buy authors. So I was expecting a lot from this book. Not a lot came out of it, but I did have a fun time reading this book. This book was to complete the prompt, Could I Be Any More Excited?, which is Chandler's prompt to read an anticipated release. Yeah, that's right. And then the last book I have read since last updating you, I finished it this morning, and that is Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. I really, 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 really enjoyed this book. This wasn't on my January TBR originally, but I just wasn't feeling my January TBR. I wanted to pick up something else. This book was only 230 pages, so I was like, bingo. And oh my god, this book needs more love. It was so, so good. If you don't know what this book is about, which I don't think a lot of people do, this book follows our main character Jade, who is a black poor girl in her community, and she gets put on this program in her school called Woman to Woman. They kind of get a mentor to look after them and help them kind of get through the school year, and they come together, this massive group of women who all have mentors, and then there's the mentorees, and all come together and do fun activities every week and all this sort of stuff, and you really get this feeling of sisterhood in this book, and I really, really enjoyed it. And obviously, with it being a black main character, you hit the Black Lives Matter movement quite heavily, and I just loved this book. Jade's main interest was crafting and scrapbooking, which I think was so cool to read about. I really, really enjoyed it. The writing was impeccable, and the topics that were addressed were incredible. And it was just a really, really brilliant read, and it's just not hyped enough on BookTube. So go check it out if you haven't. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was a solid 3 stars all the way along, and then I think I put on Goodreads the last 40 pages. Like I was stepping back from looking at a picture, everything all kind of fell into place and it all made sense, and I know when I'm enjoying a book because I'll stop reading it and I'll look up into space and I go, oh my god, sort of thing. Like, I'll get really, really excited about it, and then I'll go to read, and I'll read another couple pages and I'm like, oh, it's so good. So that's when I know I'm really, really enjoying a book, and I had that near the end of Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. So massive tick. I gave it a 4 stars. Not on my original TBR, but I managed to fit it into another Friendsathon prompt, and that prompt was, is this friendship? I think so. To read a book with a like budding friendship. There was a lot of good friendships in this one, but I kind of mainly connect it to Jade and her mentor Maxine. So that's all I've read since I've last updated you. You're actually being propped up on my possibly next book, which is Loveless by Alice Oseman, which is complete the prompt to read a book you've been putting off. Phoebe's I Wish I Could, but I Don't Want To. I think I might pick this one up next just for a more light-hearted, hopefully enjoyable read. Very iffy on this one, but I will keep you posted on how it is. But I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in my next clip. Hi guys, it's now the 21st of January. It's nice and sunny outside, but it's so cold. I have my hot water bottle constantly with me. But last night, kind of matching with my hot water bottle, I finished Loveless by Alice Oseman, and oh my god. Maybe it's because I went in with really, really low expectations, or I don't know, Alice Oseman just turned a corner with her writing. I absolutely loved this book so much. It didn't quite give me that 5-star feeling because I'm very picky with my 5 stars, but I gave it a 4.5. 2021 is the year of bringing back 0.5s in my reading, because Although last year I really enjoyed using Corepile as my rating system, I just felt that near the end of the year I was just placing in numbers and not really thinking about the actual work. I just want to enjoy the book without analysing it too much and then just give a rating based on my overall feelings of the book. Analysing a book too much takes the enjoyment out of it for me. So I'm just going back to 0.5 ratings because I think that's how it works best for me. So yeah, I gave it a 4.5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I loved Georgia as a main character. I think her character arc was incredible. I absolutely loved all the friendships in this book. It had a little bit of your typical YA drama, but it was done really tastefully. And I just really enjoyed it. I loved the drama aspect of it, not the YA drama, but like it actually had drama and Shakespeare and stuff in it, which I don't usually like talking about, but just really enjoyed it. And overall, I just really enjoyed the book, and I don't know why particularly, but I just had a really fun time at reading it. So it's getting a 4.5 from me. But I think the reason I enjoyed this one so much is because of the age group it spoke about. Obviously, Georgia has just gone off to university. If you didn't know, I think everyone knows, this book is about Georgia, who's just gone off to university for her first year in Durham in the UK. Loved how British it was. And she's trying to discover her sexuality. She's never felt attracted romantically or sexually attracted to anyone, any genre, any gender. And she comes across this pride society in Durham University, and the president of that society is asexual. And Georgia kind of starts to realise that could be how she could label herself, as a romantic asexual. And it's just kind of discovering that and going through the ups and downs of university and friendships and learning about sexuality. And I learned a lot about ace and aromantic and that gender in this book because I hadn't read a main character with this sexuality before, and I found that really interesting. Yeah, just really loved it. Gave it a 4.5. I'm now, this completes the book for the Friendsathon. Phoebe, I wish I could, but I don't want to read a book that you've been putting off, and I have been putting off this book for about 4 months, so happy I finally got around to it. Hi guys, I wanted to pop in here quickly because this morning around like 6 AM I managed to finish Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. Well, this one. This was for the prompt of Friendsathon. I'm breezy, read any book you want, which is Monica's prompt. I enjoyed this. I absolutely loved the writing, as I always do with Elizabeth Acevedo's work, but I just didn't love the story. I didn't love the characters. I could keep saying the same thing. If I don't like the characters, I don't tend to enjoy the book. That was the case again with this one. I gave it a 3.5. I did enjoy it. It just wasn't like, it didn't blow me away. I don't think I will ever reread it or kind of remember it in a long-term scenario. If you didn't know, this book basically follows a girl called X, and she is a budding poet. She doesn't really know it, and her family is very religious and Catholic, and she grows up going to church, but she kind of starts to move away from that as she goes to high school, and she kind of falls for guys, but she is being told that that's a sin and all this sort of thing, and she gets kind of punished by her mother quite a lot for not wanting to be religious or go to church and stuff. So she starts going behind her mum's back, and then she finds the poetry club where she kind of is allowed to express herself. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good book. It just wasn't anything special, and I think having read all of Elizabeth Acevedo's works now, Clap When You Land is still my favourite book of hers. I gave that book a 5 stars, where I gave Both Far and High, which I also read this month, as well as Poet X, both a 3.5. So definitely love Clap When You Land more than the other two, but glad I've given all her works a go. And then the book I'm currently in the middle of is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, which I'm currently in the middle of. I started it today as well, and I'm on 134. This book is to read a prequel or sequel for Ross's prompt, We Were on a Break. This book basically follows Star's father from The Hate You Give when he grows up in Garden Heights from when he's like a teenager, and it's his origin story basically of where and how he's come to be. Enjoying it. It took a while to get into it, but I'm enjoying it more now, and as Angie Thomas always does, she hits some really important topics in this book, and my heart has already been broken once, so I am really enjoying this. I'm excited to see where it gets up to. Sydney is actually currently hosting sprints, so I'm going to hop on those and get some more read this evening. It's only 8:30. I'm hoping to get to the page 250 page mark today and then finish it off tomorrow. so I can start a fresh book on Monday, but we shall see how it goes. I'm going to leave you guys here, but that's my January update so far. I will see you in my next clip. Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Yesterday, I'm coming in with an update. Yesterday I managed to finish Concrete Rose. Don't mind my chair. I managed to finish Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas during Rebecca's live reading sprints. Enjoyed this book. I gave it a 3.5 stars. If you didn't know, this book basically follows Maverick, which is Star's father. Star is the main character of The Hate You Give. This is a prequel to that book. I enjoyed seeing Maverick's origin story. It gave a better understanding of Star's character and Star's family dynamic in The Hate You Give. However, I found this book very repetitive. Obviously, in The Hate You Give, you know, Maverick is a father of 2 kids, Seven and Star. And you basically follow him from when he's 18 up until the point where he's had both his kids. So it was quite repetitive in the storyline of having one kid and then finding out he's having another kid. And it was a little bit repetitive. But I enjoyed the beginning and I thought it wrapped up the story. The ending was really nice in the way that it was ending with naming the baby girl Star. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 stars. Nothing too memorable about it. I won't be rereading this. I won't really remember it months to come after I've read like multiple books in this year. But yeah, enjoyed it, nothing special. So my next plan now is, seeing as it's Tuesday, the last Tuesday of January, which is crazy, where the hell is this month gone? I'm hopefully going to start my reread of The Bone Season. This will be my 3rd reread of this book. It's one of my favourite series of all time. It's fantasy about clairvoyancy, which is illegal. So our main character, Paige, is part of an underground gang. Brilliant book. It's so complex, but I think that's all you kind of need to know before going into it. I'm actually going live with Chloe and a few of her friends on her channel tonight at 7, so I'm hoping to start and get a good chunk of this done today. I keep forgetting I'm participating in the Friendsathon hosted by Tara in the Books. This was the prompt of Ross. We were on a break, read a book, a sequel or a prequel of a book. And then The Bone Season is a Monica prompt, but I can't remember what. I'll put it on the screen now. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this done by Friday, hopefully Thursday latest. So I have like 3 days to read a 400-page book, so wish me luck. Because at the weekend, it is my readathon that I'm hosting with Em, which is really, really exciting. So I'll keep you posted and let you know how it all goes, but I'll leave you to it. Hi guys, I haven't updated my January wrap-up vlog in a while, but I have just finished my next January read. It is the last weekend of January, so we are currently on Saturday the 30th of January. Tomorrow is the last day of the month, which is crazy. Where the hell has the month gone? We're officially fully striding into 2021. But I literally just, like 5 seconds ago, finished Almost Adults by Pantoney. I picked this up because me and Em are currently in the middle this weekend hosting the Recommendations Readathon, which will be over by the time you see this. But it's basically where we read books recommended to us by friends, family, people on BookTube. We have a Discord chat where we're talking to people who are also participating and are recommending books and vice versa. And someone recommended me this because I really, really enjoyed Olive by Emma Gannon. However, I didn't love this one. Before I forget, this prompt, I managed to fit this book onto the Friendathon prompts list as well. And this is for Rachel's You're a Shoe, You're a Shoe, You're a Shoe. Read a book with a shoe on the cover, and 2 out of the 4 girls on the front cover are wearing a pair of shoes, so it definitely counts. But this book basically follows 4 main characters and you get all their perspectives about, and they're all in their like mid-20s, and it's basically just them navigating life as they go through their mid-20s with love and friendship and everything in between. And this had a really, really good concept, but I just think the execution fell flat. I gave it a 2.5 stars. I ended up skimming a lot of it near the end. I just couldn't be bothered anymore. I didn't feel connected to the characters. I didn't feel connected to the storyline. I think the writing style felt very young. This is an adult book, but it felt very YA. And I think the author tried to be funny in places and it wasn't funny and kind of cringy. And she said some kind of iffy things about mental health and just some humorous jokes that just weren't funny. I didn't vibe with it. I didn't like it. It's going straight in my unhaul pile. So this January month has been like really high with like almost 5-star books and really low to having 2-star books. So 2021 has already been a roller coaster. So yeah, just finished that in 2 days. I started it yesterday, finished it today. A disappointment, unfortunately, but you're not gonna like all the books you read. I'm still in the middle of The Bone season by Samantha Shannon, which is a reread. I'm halfway through. I'm gonna jump back into that now. Now I've finished the other book I was reading, which is for the prompt of read a popular book that everyone loves. I can't remember whose quote and whose saying it is. I'll put it on the screen. But I'm hoping to finish that obviously by tomorrow because I don't want to carry any books over to February because of the Friendathon and stuff. So I'm going to try and get them all finished. So yeah, fingers crossed for me, but hopefully I'll get the bone season done as well, which will be brilliant, but I'll keep you posted. Hi guys, I'm just coming on here quickly to wrap up January's wrap up vlog style video. I really hope you enjoyed this style of video. Very different for me, but I wanted to experiment with how I wrapped up each month when it comes to my reading, because I'm not a fan of filming and sitting down and talking about the books I read each month. I'm not a fan of wrap up videos. I don't even really enjoy watching them. So I've been trying to experiment with how I do these styles of videos. I have another video I did I'm going to trial in February, and 2021 is just going to be a year of experimenting with my style of wrap-up videos basically. But if you did enjoy this style of video, let me know. I just feel like it's got a little bit too long. I'm not a fan of long videos either, but I feel like when I had the freedom to talk about books for longer with this style of video, I tended to ramble a bit too much, and this video has come out longer than I anticipated and I wanted. So yeah, we're just going to experiment. We will see. But the 10th and final book I read in January was a reread of The Bone season. This was my third read of this book, and once again, I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. I love this series with all my heart. I do think the series gets better as the books go on, but I think this is a great starting book. You really get to know the world and understand the characters, and you already by the end fall in love with the characters and your heart gets ripped out already. I gave this book a 4 stars. I have given every reread of this book 4 stars. My favourite book of the series is the third one, and every book apart from The Bone season does get a 5 stars from me. I'm excited to get to the rest of the series and then get to The Mask Falling. But yeah, that was my 10th book of January. Thinking back at the beginning of the year when I said I wanted to aim for 6 books in a month just to put less pressure on myself, I've come out and surprised myself by reading 10 books. So I'm very happy with that. And that was with no pressure whatsoever. So hoping for the same sort of results in February, but it is a shorter month, so we shall see. Maybe 6 to 8 books in February. That would be brilliant. So if you haven't seen my February TBR, I'll link up above and down below for you guys to check it out, because it was a fun themed TBR game and I had so much fun filming it and stuff. So yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed this style of wrap-up video, let me know down in the comments down below. But without further ado, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe down below to see more content from me, and without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.